Hey guys, Randy Young here, Under the Radar, here at the United Palace Theater in New York City for the world premiere of the new drama, Angelfish. I'm about to talk to some of the talent. Here we go. So I saw the film the other night.
Yeah?
Great performance.
Thank you.
What attracted you to the role?
I think the breakdown said fading, beauty, bitter.
Oh no, it's like the opposite.
No, actually, it's really fun to get to play characters that are completely different from yourself.
Okay.
So that is what drew me to it. Maybe to try something that really stretched me. Also to play the mother of such adult people. So that was a stretch as well.
Right.
And also Peter is so smart and had such a strong vision for this film.
Okay.
And, just going into the audition, it was like no-brainer. It was somebody who obviously was smart and had a really great story.
So working with others, that's one of your fortes. What was it like working this wonderful cast?
It was so easy.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I was saying to somebody else that with, independent films, nobody has some suit breathing down their neck telling them what it needs to look like or be, and they get to just create exactly what they want in their vision of something, and it doesn't have to be some fancy bullshit. So it was fantastic because it was so laid back, low key, but everybody was just focused on really great work.
Okay.
And that's all it should be.
That's awesome. Yeah, working together with great people. Was there a lot of improv on set?
There was. He allowed us to do whatever we wanted and anything that felt true to the character, which is very helpful as an actor. And I think there are a few things that I said that I'm actually curious if they made in because I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, you haven't seen the full film yet?
No.
Oh, wow.
I was waiting to be surprised.
You're in for a treat.
I'm actually the set decorator.
Okay.
So I'm responsible for the look and the feel of what Destiny's character looks like on screen. Her home.
Just her character?
Specifically, yeah.
Oh, really?
I mean, throughout the film, yes, but she's the main character. So
Did a great job. Was there a lot of research involved with that? Did you have to, look into her personal life for that?
Yeah. So the movie takes place in the early 90s, and I grew up in the early 90s. I'm Mexican and Puerto Rican, and so for me, a lot of my research was done through my own experiences at home.
Okay.
But I also reached out to a lot of friends who are from New York who also grew up in the 90s. And spent a lot of time kind of doing questionnaires, having people send me photos, old VHS videos, their home videos, just music, my own experiences, everything like that.
Crazy.
So getting to put something together that was so familiar for me has been so fulfilling as an artist.
What were some challenges you faced when you were going through all that stuff?
I would say, as most artists, having time and the money at the same time, it can be very difficult to be able to do both. I worked with a really great team of director and producers and designer who gave me a lot of free reign. And so my challenges were really just trying to do it in the time that we had. And shooting indie films is not always easy, but it has to happen quick.
That's cool. So what do you hope audiences take away from the look and feel of the film?
Home, family, familiarity,
Familia.
warmth, comfort, exactly, yeah. And a sense of community also that I think a lot of people who are Latino or Hispanic can resonate with.
This kind of stuff is pretty wild and pretty insane. I'm having a bit of imposter syndrome, just waiting to wake up a little bit, but it's really exciting.
This is really happening, by the way. This is really happening.
No. Yeah. But it's been a lot of fun. It's been a dream come true, and it's such a great story to be this involved in, for sure.
How did you get involved with the project originally?
I auditioned. I went in. I remember it was a big scene. You'll see the scene in the movie, but I remember going in and I thought that I bombed it. There was maybe a big sections that I felt like I was missing. And,
I actually saw it. What scene are you referring to?
The walk and talk when if you remember, when we first meet and we're taking a walk back.
Okay. It was so natural, though.
Oh, thank you.
The whole movie,
much.
you were very together.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yeah, it was funny. I remember specifically leaving the audition and being like, well, not getting that. a couple weeks later, and I came back, and Peter was in the room for the next time, and the casting director Emily, she was so. I love going into the casting room with her. She makes it so safe, and it's just such a great room, and you can always play and have a lot of fun, and we auditioned from there, and Peter, even from the audition, really kind of just set the scene of just comfortability and trusting your instincts and playing, and
a lot of improv.
Yeah, and we stayed true to it throughout the whole shoot, so it was a lot of fun. It felt like very natural and organic, and
cool.
Yeah.
What was it like working with Princess Nokia? It's wonderful.
Yeah, it's amazing. She's a force. It was just so, and she's from this world, which I really loved, and she's so versed in the 90s of this, specifically in the Bronx and things like that. So she was just an open book, and she's so generous as an artist, as a person. We sat down in between takes and during rehearsals, and I could ask her anything, and she had so many ideas, and it was just, it was such an honor. And just knowing the impact that she has, and a lot of people are here to see what she can do tonight, and it's just so incredible, and I feel really lucky just to be a part of it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Now, it's a wonderful cast and crew, wonderful group of people that are involved with the film. What was it like working with everybody in this?
This was one of my favorite cast and crew that I've ever worked with. It was such a quick shoot. It was like a sprint, but I loved going to work every single day. And that's the thing about these small indies, is that there's so much passion, and people are busting their butts, weather and time and schedules and weird hours, but everybody wants to be there. Everybody, and especially this story in particular, what Peter did and the script that he wrote, and it's so personal and I feel like everybody felt that from him on down. He set such a good example, and we just had so much fun. And I feel like I trusted everybody, especially our crew. Our crew is absolutely insane. What they were doing in the time that they were doing it, from Kat, our set designer, the world that she was building, Alexa with the costumes, Jamal, our shooting, and Nate, and Olivia, all of I could list them all. But yeah, it was just really, I feel really grateful. They were just an incredible cast, and it's just one of those jobs where you're not looking at the clock and you feel really grateful to be at work every day.
That's a good feeling.
Yeah, absolutely.
Are you from New York originally, or?
No, I'm from New Hampshire. I was born in Boston.
Okay.
Yeah, and I grew up just about 30 minutes north of Boston in a little town in southern New Hampshire. So.
What was it like shooting in the city in New York?
That was a trip. I was here for a couple of years before this, but I never really experienced a city like I did. And you always hear, and especially being from Boston, there's a bit of a rivalry.
Right, a little bit.
But of course, just this experience and doing it with Princess Nokia, and I just really found a newfound respect and a love for walking around and truly getting to know some of these neighborhoods, especially in the Bronx, where I never really was around in it before. I fell in love with it kind of again.
It's kind of like a modern day Woody Allen movie. This film.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Especially even the shots that he has, and like the comfortability and. That's really good. That's a great observation.
Thank you. Are there any other projects you're working on now you can talk about?
I'm really excited. It was just announced just a recurring on a Showtime show called Your Honor with Bryan Cranston, and I get to go down there. It's a character that's a lot different from Brendan, which I'm very excited about, and that should hopefully be out next year, and that'll be a lot of fun. So.
Sweet, man. So you should be extremely proud of the film. It's wonderful. How did the project originally come about?
So I knew this was going to be my first feature for maybe 4 or 5 years. I've been kind of thinking about this project. The film is actually based on how my parents met in Dublin in the 60s. And what I wanted to do, my idea of love and relationships has been inspired by seeing them. And what I wanted to do is take that inspiration that I have and place it here in New York, in the city that I've grown to love after moving here. So yeah.
What was that process like digging deep into your emotional subconscious? What was that process like?
It's one of those things where you fall in love, you meet people, you fall in love, you fall out of love, and it was only after having big breakups and big loves that I realized that I could kind of fully articulate it. And as soon as I'd gotten there, I started to think about this idea of this story of how when you meet somebody that opens up your entire world, that can change your entire life. And so I started that, and I wrote it constantly thinking about the examples that I've seen of love in my life, my family and my friends. And it was a fun and tough script to write, but we got there, and it's fantastic.
And it's a story that's pretty timeless. It's pretty, it could be shot anywhere.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
The reason why I wanted to make this film and tell this story was because it is a classic love story, and it is. But the difference with this, from my perspective, is it's inspired by like a true story, and so we can go see romantic movies and dramas, and often what can happen is you go, that's amazing, but it could never happen to me. But literally, I wouldn't be here if it hadn't have happened, and if it wasn't possible to happen, So that's kind of why I went for that. Yeah.
How similar is New York to Ireland? To
Completely
Dublin?
different. So what I did was I inspired to New York is completely different, and I was inspired by all those things and in ways to make the film something completely different than the story. But the original idea of two characters, two people meeting and coming together from different worlds and changing each other's lives, that was the inspiration, the hook, and then I was like using everything that New York gave us to explore that more.
Now, it's a very basic story. Forgive me. It's simple, but it's great.
Well, the greatest loves are simple.
Yeah, well put, sir. But it's a story that can be told anywhere. It can be played by anyone. What was it like assembling the cast?
So we knew this is a performance. Like, we knew the film was going to be driven by performance the entire time. A lot of the film is improvised. I wrote the script, and what I said when I first met Princess Nokia and when I met with Jimmy, I said, like, this is a base to jump off. This isn't a film where if you don't say the line right, I'm gonna redo it. I want the most authentic thing. So I wanted to find the two most authentic, realistic actors I could, and we were looking. We knew that the entire film was going to hang on their love story, their relationship, and that was the most important thing. And so we were looking for the most authentic, talented actor that people haven't seen before, and people know Princess Nokia and her work, but what she's done here and what we saw and what she delivered on set is just shows her talent beyond. And so it was looking for that authenticity was what we were going for.
Yeah. Well, you picked the actors very well.
Yeah, thank you.
Last question. What do you hope audiences take away from the film?
I hope that they take away that love and making love work is tough, but big and amazing and beautiful love is possible for anyone.
And there you have it, guys. The red carpet premiere of the new film Angelfish. Check it out.